So let's talk about breaking generational curse. And this is something that I truly believe in. And this is what I'm about. And this is what my channel is really talks about. I love conversations about ending toxic negative cycles. I feel like since at a very young age, I was brainwashed. I feel like a lot of us was brainwashed. We were told you have to go to school, you have to go to college, and from college, you have to get a good job. And like, yeah, that all sounds good in theory. And I did it. I went to school. I went to college, I graduated, I got my associate's degree in criminal justice because I wanted to be an NYPD. Yes, yeah, girl was gonna be an NYPD police officer in New York. And when I got pregnant, in the midst of all of that happening, I got pregnant with my daughter. And I remember when I was pregnant, I was like 6-7 months pregnant, and I was looking at the news. It was so many crimes happening with police officers, like police officers was getting killed. There was so many controversies with police. There was so many bad things about police officers all over the media and all over the news. And I was just like, I want to be financially free. I don't want to work for anybody. I don't want to be out there working the graveyard shift as a rookie cop. I don't want to be in that nightlife. I don't want to be in that type of lifestyle where cops are getting killed. Cops are putting their life at risk. And no disrespect to cops, no disrespect to law enforcement. I know every single day, we are putting ourselves at risk just by going outside, taking the train. You just never know what's going to happen to you. And I realized I really want to be an entrepreneur, financially free. And I remember before I was pregnant and I was going to the NYPD trainings, I remember orientation. The sergeant was like, if you guys want to have a successful marriage, if you guys are about that family life, maybe this is not the career for you. And I remember he said that and everybody was just laughing. And I was like, wait a minute. Like, what is he talking about? But it's true. When you are working as a cop, EMT, lawyer, doctor, all these kind of jobs, you are not going to have time with your family. You're going to miss a lot of milestones. And I remember when I was young, my mom and my dad, they always used to put me and my siblings at my grandmother's house so my grandmother could watch us. And we would never really see our parents like that, only on the weekends. But my mom and my dad, they would just focus on like being in the house. I didn't really enjoy my childhood the way I really wanted to because my parents was always working, and when they're not working, they're tired, they're catching up on rest. And I didn't want that lifestyle for me, and I didn't want that lifestyle for my daughter. I was that kid where I barely get to see my mom and my dad because they was working. So when I was pregnant, I was just watching the news, so many cops getting killed and so many crimes happening in New York. I realized at that moment, that's it. I have to be an entrepreneur. I want to be an entrepreneur. Like, I don't want to work for nobody. I don't want to be told what to do. And when I went to the training to be a cop, I didn't like it. What I'm trying to say is that we were brainwashed at a young age that we have to go to college, we have to graduate, get a PhD, get a degree, and from there you get a good job, and from there that's it, your life is set. I just feel like that's not for me. I don't want to work a job that I only take vacations 2 weeks out of the whole entire year. I don't want to work for no one and make them richer. I actually just want to work for myself. I'm seeking entrepreneurship, and that's me breaking that generational curse, because I know so many people in my family, they wish they was free. They wish they could take these luxury vacations. They wish they did not have to put in so much time to work a job that they don't love, making someone else rich. So that is me breaking generational curse. And I hope for you guys that are watching this content, listening to this, if you have a vision that is so big, if there's something that you really desire, you don't come from it, because I don't come from a family that's wealthy, rich. I'm not inspired by none of my family members. I'm not inspired by any of my friends. So it's YouTube that helped change my mindset, reading books, investing into podcasts, listening to a lot of Steve Harvey. That's what really changed my mindset over the years of having my child. And I was just like, you know what? I want to break that curse. I want to be financially free. I want to be an entrepreneur. And I'm not knocking a 9-to-5 because I really respect people that work a 9-to-5. But I'm talking about for those that wants to have their own business, for those that just want to be financially free, do something that they love, not work for someone that they don't enjoy There's free resources, there's tools all over YouTube, all over online. It's about breaking that curse. If I knew now what I knew then, I feel like my whole life would have changed. Being an entrepreneur is like the hardest thing in the world. A lot of people give up. In my mind, I just can't give up. Settling is not even an option. I refuse to settle. So no matter how long it takes, I'm going for it. I don't care what job you do. You could be a lawyer, you could be a cop, you could be a doctor, you could be whatever it is that you want. I don't knock it. I respect it. But just know that your boss will never ever pay you more than enough for you to live next door to them. You will never live as large as your boss. For me, what bothers me is I'm tired of making other people's dreams come true, making them rich. And I really just want the life where I could spend so much time with my daughter and be happy. Another generational curse that I realized since I was young is I remember my mom, she has so much family, and a lot of her family are really toxic, hateful. And my mom has a lot of family members that are very jealous. I remember when my mom, she was like the first person in the whole family that bought a house. And when my mom bought a house, it was a lot of outside family just talking crap, trying to tear her down. They was just talking crap about all of us. And I would hear it growing up. Like, I remember I would be in my grandmother's house and people would be like, oh, your mom, she thinks she's this because she bought a house. It was just so much jealousy. It was so much hateful comments. And I remember when I was young and I internalized that as I was older. And I was just like, wow, people were really jealous of my mom because she made it out the hood, because her and my dad, they're still standing strong. They're still together. They still have a happy, healthy marriage. And she bought a house. My mom, she would always give them a chance. She would always still try to talk to them, still try to communicate with them, even when some of them did her wrong. And I'm not saying my mom is innocent, but I remember just being around family members that I know I wasn't comfortable being around because there was just so much animosity. I felt like in my household, what I seen growing up, even if that person is family, even if that person is related to you, even if that person could be toxic or could be damaging your mental health, your peace, your household, because they're family, you still gotta love, you still gotta accept them, you still gotta tolerate them. Me, I'm breaking that generational curse. Like, I don't care if you're family. I don't care if you're my blood. If you're just jealous, you talk shit about me, you don't want to see me win, you don't support me, you a hater, you smile in my face, but you talk bad about me behind my back, you fucking up my household, my peace, my mental health, you don't bring good energy around me and my daughter. I don't care if you're blood. I don't care how many history, how many years we got together, how many memories we got. I am the type of person, like, I will cut you off. And I've started doing this within 2 years ago. And I remember me and my brother, we was having this conversation. Me and him was just saying, our parents, we see what my mom was going through. We see what my dad was going through because they believed, oh, just because you're family and you're toxic and you're negative, my door is always open for you because you're family. And I don't believe in that. I seen when my mom suffered behind closed doors. Like, I seen that her mental health, I seen that she was always crying, always stressed, always angry. And I'm like, I don't want that for me. I don't want that for my daughter. And I be telling my mom, like, me and my siblings, me and my brother especially, we be telling her, like, who cares if that's your family? Like, they always making you cry. You're always stressing. You're always angry. You always got drama. This family always has drama. Just cut them off. Like, you don't need them in your life. And finally, my mom, she finally realized, like, you know what? It's time for me to love people from afar. And I'm the person where I don't repeat that cycle. If your energy is bad, you just got a negative spirit every time you're around me. If you just want to talk shit about people, you a hater. And this doesn't only go for family. This could go for friends too. Just because we're relatives, just because we're related, don't mean you're my family. Like, my family is my daughter, the family that I created, and my immediate family. And you know, your immediate family, they could be toxic too. Because I know some people got toxic moms, toxic dads, and siblings. There's a way you go about that. You can love people from a distance. Sometimes you're gonna have to go through seasons just separating yourself from people, especially when your mental health is at risk. I believe, and I'm not saying this is for everybody, I'm not saying that you should do this. Everybody works differently. It's whatever floats your boat. But me, in my household, what I believe, that unconditional love can go out the window. If you really do something spiteful to me and your energy is bad and you just got bad character, you cutting you off. Like, I don't care if you are family. I don't care if you're blood. Sometimes you can meet friends and your friends be better than your own relatives. I'm big on people who's big on me. If you love me, you appreciate me, you support me, you have good energy around me, then it's the same. I'm big on people who's big on me. Comment below what are generational curses that you guys are breaking. And I'm sorry that this video was kind of long. If you like this content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be back for more videos.